on social media, either people have wanted to poison me with ricin. Someone sent me a letter saying they wanted to hang me. People wanted to bomb me as well. But I will not be intimidated. I will not be a victim. And I'm trying to do the job that I was democratically elected to do. But that means taking safety precautions. The MPs do not feel safe, and it was concerns for my safety that are not going to stop me from actually holding surgeries and doing what I see is a vital part of my job, which is being out in the community, meeting people, and being approachable. If I stop doing surgeries, then these people that are threatening us have won. And unfortunately, to do my job, I had to take precautions, and that means wearing a stab vest. I didn't want to do that, but I simply had to take these measures. I inform the police when I do a surgery, and they've been very, very supportive. And I also have a private security attending. But I won't be stopped. I won't be stopped from being the approachable MP out in the community that I want to be.
Because, since 2000, there have been several attacks on MPs at their surgeries. Of course, two of them fatal, Joe Cox in 2016, Sir David Ames in October 2021. Do you think since the killing of your colleague Sir David in particular in 2021, do you think there's a greater awareness of the risk to MPs? Have you found that the police are much more receptive to, say, when you call them up and say I'm wearing a stab vest, you find them sort of alive to the threat? Or do you think it's a symptom of an increasingly hostile environment for MPs who want to do their work and be accessible and approachable in public?
Well, I do receive a significant amount of threats and abuse, particularly on social media. And I represent this sort of unholy trinity of being a conservative, being a woman, and also, although I'm half Welsh on my father's side, I actually I do sound English. But I think it's important to highlight that this is a minority. This is an absolute minority of people that are abusing us like this. And I think part of this relates to the fact that social media, it seems much more acceptable to abuse people on social media, not only MPs, but sports people, school teachers, governors, etc. And I think we need to call it out. On social media, either people have wanted to poison me with ricin. Someone sent me a letter saying they wanted to hang me. People wanted to bomb me as well. But I will not be intimidated. I will not be a victim. And I'm trying to do the job that I was democratically elected to do. But that means taking safety precautions.
Have you ever considered stopping surgeries altogether?
I haven't actually, Patrick. I think it's a really, really important part of my job, particularly on Honest Morn, and getting out into the communities, meeting people, hearing their problems, understanding how I can help them. I have a reputation for being very, very approachable and working very hard, and I would agree with that. And part of that is doing surgeries and is actually understanding how I can help these people.
Do you find that you have enough help from the parliamentary authorities as well? Do you think they could be doing more to improve the safety and security of MPs?
The reality is, if MPs do have concerns about their safety, then we need to be listened to. Clearly, the tragic murder of David Ames back in October 21 was a real shock and a real wake-up call. We've had two murders, as you mentioned, in the last 7 years. And I think we have to all work together, particularly with IPSA, the Independent Parliamentary Standards Authority. I found it very frustrating. I didn't know what stab jacket to buy. The stab jacket that I have doesn't actually fit me very well. I have backache for 3 days after doing surgery, and it was very hard to work out how could I claim, which budget did it go for. So I think it's important that their understanding is that our lives are under threat on a regular basis, and we need to work together to ensure that we can do the job that we were democratically elected to do in a safe manner.